Hello and welcome to Options Guy TV. My name is Brian Overby. I'm the author of the Options Playbook, and I'll be your host for about the next 25 minutes here on Options Guy TV. All right. Well, we have a shortened holiday session, and we did a trade last week before I took off for my travels on Wednesday ahead of FedEx earnings. FedEx came out and had real good numbers. That was what we were anticipating. Not quite sure if the marketplace was going to take the trade well, but it did. So let's start by looking at our open wing butterfly that we did in FedEx. And right now you're seeing the Tradier Pro software. We got FedEx up to trading right now at $287.87. It's down 91 cents on the day. But when we put the trade together, FedEx was trading at $282. So we're up about $5 on the day. So it was a muted move to the upside based off of strong earnings. And we were a little nervous that it might be a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. But we actually got the reaction that we wanted to on FedEx, and that we have a muted move to the upside, and all we needed was a little bit of bullishness. And guess what? We ended up getting that. Our strikes that we had in our butterfly were using the call side of things and going out to the 19th, which was on that Friday. We were looking at, or what, the Friday that I actually was traveling and we had to do a repeat show. We're looking at buying the 277.50 strike, sold two of the 282.50 strikes, and bought one of the 292.50 strike for $2.85. And if we look at that trade right now, well, it expired. I can't look at the trade right now. But with the stock up, if we look at the chart on FedEx, it was a really solid move. Did anybody actually have the trade on FedEx? And if you did, well, hopefully you got out. And we talked about it. They announced on a Thursday after the close, which made it exciting. And I did mention that if you were going to do the trade, you would probably wait until that Thursday. All right, go ahead and send out Kurt's comment. That's fun, Kurt. I like your vernacular that you use there. Yeah, it was interesting in FedEx in that I was pretty. We were leaning into the fact that FedEx, first of all, had a really good chart. The news that came out when they decided to push away some of Amazon's business because they weren't making any money on it, and they restructured everything. And ever since that moment, the stock has done really well. If you look at the chart that we're showing on the screen, it would make a nice ski hill, as I say, from northern Wisconsin, and probably end up going skiing before the Christmas holiday is over. But with that said, we saw the stock make a real strong move to the upside and announce earnings, and here we are right back again. I like FedEx long term. If you want to just buy deep in the money call options, I don't mind that trade in FedEx, and it just kind of helps you with some of the exposure that a lot of people have at here's what I think FedEx is. If you are leaning on the hyperscalers and all you have is, a whole bunch of tech stocks, FedEx is a good hedge to those type of stocks. So now they've announced their earnings. They beat on both the top and bottom line, and strong forward-looking numbers. And with all that said, I just think FedEx is a solid play as a hedge to an extreme portfolio of just tech stocks. Okay, so go ahead and send Kurt's back out there. Yeah, so we close. Kurt, did you ride it all the way to the close, or did you close it right after the open? So the body of the butterfly was 287.50 and it closed at 288.77, right? Well, I was traveling. I mean, I guess that would be a home run, wouldn't it? As far as that trade is concerned. Yeah, and I like FedEx. And then also, how did we do on gold? I haven't looked at the GLD this morning. Let's take a quick peek at that. 401, 407. Okay, so on gold, we also hit that one out of the park, and we broke through a new high. Okay, there we go. And now we're seeing some strong markets. Oh yeah, gotta like gold now. So we were at our number was 401 on the gold trade, and now it's at 407. Strong breakout. Yeah, I think it's easy to get out of gold. Um, I Kurt, shame on you. We said that you shouldn't allow that. Kurt, it's the stupid award for waiting too long and making too much money on the trade. Go ahead and toss that out. I say that with a smile on my face, obviously. But a lot of times when you're doing those trades, we always say you want to get out because it's never going to stop right at your strike. Now, I don't mind if you do a FedEx trade and we got everything right, everything's going well, and you got, let's say, 4 contracts on, and you sell 2, and you see, can 2 of those peg it right at the center of your butterfly? And I do that a lot. Or even close 3 of them and let 1 run. But if I just got 1 position on, I always say once you get to your profit target, you want to take it out. Don't assume that we can peg it and hit it right on. Gold looks really good now. I actually wouldn't mind getting long gold, period, right here. Got the, if you go all the way back and you look back on this chart, this is a big deal. When gold breaks through and sets a new high, it kind of struggled with this range, came back down, boom, and that's a clear breakout at 408 on the gold trade. Let's go back. I want to look at a longer term chart. Let's go back 1,500 days. Okay. Look at the parabolic move on the upside there, right? Zoom in here. One more zoom. Yeah, that's strong. Huh. What? I mean, we could almost. I mean, maybe I wasn't planning on doing another gold trade, but why not, right? It's the Christmas holiday. Wednesday, we may do a show, but we won't. Obviously, we won't. Most of the shows between Christmas and New Year's, we won't be around to follow the trade, but we can do it. Let's do it. I was just going to do a short-term SPX trade today. I like where gold is at. So here we go. GLD 408, December 29th is 7 days away. Do we lead into the Santa Claus rally by using gold? Let's go a little bit out of the money on it. Let's look at let's do the 29th, and let's assume gold is going to settle down. I don't want to go bearish with our butterfly, but let's go 401, 408. Let's try selling the 407. And I do recall we went 4 points wide. I kind of like the 5-point wide one, but then it's not quite as clean. Let's try the 5-point wide one this time. We're going to go out to the 29th, 7 days away. We got 407. We'll go 5. We'll go down to the 402. We're going to buy that. Sell 2 of the 407s. This might be a little bit expensive. Oh, and then we got the 3. Let's try this. Interesting. So the strikes go to 3-point or 5-point wide strikes after 410. 172. And yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's send this to the what if calculator. Yeah, how much of a gain? Oh, $27. All right, I did my math. I thought it was 127, but it's just 27. Not quite enough profit on the upside. All right, let's go back. Let's adjust 407, 402. I think we got to do 401. I actually think we got to go a little bit wider, but it's not that expensive. I don't mind it. So then this is $3. Let's go $6. Let's make it equidistant. So you're going to be 6 points will be the maximum, and then we'll stop short 3 points. And we're doing this because we don't have 1 point strikes after 410. They went to the 5 point strikes, and they screwed up one of my favorite trading vehicles by doing this, but that's all right. So they decided once gold hit 400, we're not going to offer 1 point strikes anymore. That's what it looks like. Okay, 242.3, so we could make 60 cents a price. If we get it done for 240, we're making 60 cents. Yeah. Not that excited about that either. I'd like it to be closer to $1. All right, so if it goes through our strikes, we're at 55 cents based off of the price that it grabbed. It's not horrible. 408. Yeah, we have to adjust it up. Oh, and then there's no 408. All right, let's look at the December 31st expiration. That's New Year's holiday. What day is the 31st? That's a Wednesday. It's the 31st. That's interesting. Then we go January 11. All right, let's look at that one. And then we get 1 point strikes again. Okay, so we'll sell this and we'll go 5 points wide. We did 4 points wide before. Okay, let's try 5. Let's try selling at the money. Going out a little bit more in time. 508 buy. Sell 2, and then let's go 2 points and buy. 193, send to the what if calculator, see if we can get that buck if it breaks above 410. Yeah, 105. I like it. All right. Well, I manufactured it, but we got there. Apologize for going on a tangent. But with that said, I like the gold trade right now. So I'd like it to stay where it's at. Now, obviously you get a big move up in a metal like gold. You expect it to kind of consolidate a little bit before it continues to move on. And that's what I'm looking to do here on the 408. Now, I want to lean bullish. I think the path of least resistance is to the upside. But ideally, I think it's going to hang around the 408 mark. Obviously, if you go back to the chart, let me pull this back down just so you got a little bit better view. If you go back to the chart, the breakout is now going to be support on the downside. So the breakout out here was the 401 level. Here is the highest 403. And our break even is 403 plus 2 plus this debit. So we're at 405 is our break even. And we can make that argument right there. That's where we need the market to be at. We got support around 403. Our breakout was 401. The top of this channel right here is 400. Yeah, I like this trade. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it based off of the chart now, and I like based off of what gold has done today. But up 2.3%. That is a solid up move today on an up move in the market. Right now, we got the S&P 500 index up about 0.5%, and we got the VIX is dropping precipitously into the Santa Claus rally. And I don't mind doing a VIX trade once we get into the new year. If the VIX is trading as low as 13, 14, right now the VIX is at 14.5. And the actual price of gold is up 1.84%. We're seeing the Russell 2000 index, and I just noticed this, is up 1.5% today. So it's always great to see the small caps leading a rally. That's the one index, just, those small companies doing fairly well so far. So that's a good sign for the market. Let's lean into the bullishness. And I know I should have did this trade first. Dang it. Now it's 11:20. If we got a bull market, let's do, it's going to be too expensive. The VIX is way low. That's the downside on 0 DTE options. If you're seeing the VIX trade down around the 14 level, the the butterfly in a 0 DTE option, especially now that it's 11:22 Eastern time. We didn't do it right at the top of the show. It'll be fairly expensive. So let's add a day to it. If you got to do something going into the holiday, right? Let's lean into the bullishness. I really like that the Russell is doing well. Consumer seems to be doing all right. The 0 DTE would be the December 22nd date. Let's look at one on December 23rd. And we'll probably come back on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do a show this Wednesday too. And let's lean into it. So we're going to give, so you're going to have a half a day today and then all day tomorrow. Why are my strike prices screwed up here? And we're going to lean into the bullishness of the market. 6805. Buy. 70, sell 2. We need this to be, gosh, I would like it to be 250 or something like that. Sell 2 of these. All right, my computer's slowing down a bit. Oh, there it goes. And skip the 80 and stop short on the 86. 340. I wanted it to be 240. I was off by a complete dollar. All right, so we needed to stay at 68.80. We're at 7. We want to climb to 68.80. 340. Max upside is 160. And anywhere above we can make, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not horrible. But the VIX being low means just daily volatility is low. Little bit expensive. Let me try to zoom in here. Let's do one more. 2 more. All right. So above we make 170. We're trading right in here. 68.76. We're trading right in here. $340. I mean, I don't mind it on the upside. If we get above 68.85, we're making 170 on the trade. That's not bad. I don't like that we're paying 340 on the upside though. We're putting up a little bit more capital on the initial, and it has to do with volatility being so low. You got all day, you got a half a day today and all day tomorrow. I don't mind it. We'll make this the official paper trade and we'll call it a day. That's simple. I think. And then on Wednesday, maybe we come back and do a trade. Well, we'll see. Maybe on Wednesday we'll have a show and we'll come back and look at this trade. So if you want to put it on, we'll be around. Glad you didn't need much support on the FedEx trade. And we'll come back on Wednesday and maybe look at this and maybe do another show from northern Wisconsin. And then we'll probably do one in the middle between Christmas and New Year's. We will have some education pieces out there, so please watch those. We'll talk a little bit about Delta and volatility on a few education pieces heading into the holidays. But we'll be back. We'll be back this Wednesday for the next edition of Options Guide TV. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you then.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.